Hello and welcome to today's video on IELTS Speaking Part 2. My name is Harwinder Singh and I'll be guiding you through this cue card. In this video, we'll explore how to answer the cue card, describe an old friend that you got into contact with after a long time. We'll break down the structure, provide teaching methods, and offer vocabulary and phrases to support your answer. Let's start by breaking down the cue card. The examiner wants you to describe an old friend that you got into contact with after a long time. This means you need to talk about someone you knew in the past but lost touch with, and then reconnected with them after a long time. Now let's look at the structure of the cue card. You should divide your answer into 4 parts. 1. Introduction. Introduce your old friend and explain how you knew them in the past. 2. Body paragraph 1. Describe how you lost touch with your friend and what happened in the intervening years. 3. Body paragraph 2. Explain how you got back in contact with your friend and what happened when you met up again. And 4. Conclusion. Summarize your friendship and how it feels to be back in contact. To answer this cue card effectively, follow these steps. First, start by brainstorming ideas about your old friend. Think about how you knew them, what you did together, and how you lost touch. Next, use vocabulary related to friendship, such as close friend, childhood friend, or university friend. Also, use phrases to describe how you lost touch, like we drifted apart, we lost contact, or we went our separate ways. Finally, use vocabulary related to reunions, such as it was great to catch up. We had a lot to talk about, or it felt like no time had passed. Here are some vocabulary and phrases that might be useful when answering this cue card. To describe your friend, you might say outgoing, friendly, or sense of humor. To describe how you lost touch, you could use moved away, started a new job, or went to university. And to describe getting back in contact, consider phrases like reconnected on social media, met up for coffee, or went on a trip together. One of my oldest friends is someone I met in high school. We were inseparable during our teenage years. We would spend hours talking on the phone, going to the movies, and just hanging out at each other's houses. We shared a lot of common interests, such as playing sports and listening to music. We were more like siblings than just friends. After we graduated from high school, we went our separate ways. I moved away to attend university, and my friend stayed in our hometown to pursue a career in business. We would occasionally send each other messages or make phone calls, but we slowly lost touch over time. However, a few years ago, we reconnected on social media, and it was great to catch up. We started chatting online and reminiscing about old times. We talked about our families, our jobs, and our hobbies. It felt like no time had passed, and we quickly fell back into our old routine. After a few weeks of chatting online, we decided to meet up in person. We chose a coffee shop in a neutral location, and it was like we had never been apart. We talked for hours, laughing and joking like we used to in high school. It was amazing to see how much we had both grown and changed, yet still remained the same in many ways. Now, we make an effort to stay in touch regularly. We meet up every few months, and we also keep in touch through phone calls and messages. It's great to have my old friend back in my life, and I'm grateful for the technology that allowed us to reconnect.